My name is Becky and I am the Communications and Engagement Manager at ITVET. I exist at ITVET to make other people's jobs better. It's the individuals that make a business.
Absolutely.
It's what you bring to the table, how you show up to work, what you do every day. That's what makes a great place to work.
And I think you're absolutely right. It's very difficult for companies to maintain that level of culture when they grow.
I have amazing flexibility at work. I can work from home, I get to go in the office once a week, I get to work around childcare pickup, and that's massive for any parent. Like, we've done it, like, we've made a great workplace, like, people think that.
Hi, my name's Darryl, I'm the CEO here at ITVET. Today we're talking to Becky about her life and experience at ITVET. When was the first time we met?
First time we met? Well, I don't know, because I joined ITVET in 2017, which is a really long time ago. But you weren't my boss then. Richard was my manager. So I don't think we met for quite a long time because you were really into the service side of things and Richard was focusing on the marketing side, the sales side. So I don't know when we actually met. It must have been around that time.
Yeah.
But
a short time after.
Yeah. But it wasn't straight away.
Yeah, because I remember obviously being over that. Like you said, there was kind of the two different sides of the company because it was obviously I was very heavy service orientated, and you came in, and so your role when you very first started. I mean, you know, what did you come in to do, and what did it turn into as well?
So I joined as the marketing manager for ITVET in 2017, and I did that for about 3.5 years, I think, and I really enjoyed it. It was a really good role. I was the only one in the marketing team for most of it, so I was kind of just doing whatever.
One man army or one person army.
Yeah, and it was really good fun. We did have a couple of additional people join the team at that point, and that was really nice. And then the pandemic hit, and it was obviously 2020, and we all got sent home, and we had to work from home, and that was really tough. It was really tricky. It was really hard to market to. Especially in our industry, you know, managed services and things like that, it's really hard when we can't do events, we can't go out and about. It's tricky, and people are looking at budgets and stuff like that. So actually, then my really nice job became really difficult, you know, in the pandemic. So that was tricky.
Yeah, I think it was a challenge for all businesses, and I think we were probably really quite ahead of the curve there because obviously we all had laptops anyway.
Yeah, we were ready. We were so ready for it.
It's like, let's go. It's like, okay, working from home, cool. Yeah. Well, we used a little bit. We'd done it in the past, but then we was like, okay, let's do it. Let's all go. Tested it, didn't we? I think we done a few DR tests, or if you want to call it a better word, but made sure it worked. Everyone could connect. Off we went, and then. So after that, so obviously pandemic, you're working from home. What sort of happened next?
So I think I worked from home with ITVET for must have been maybe 6 months or so. And then I think I got myself into a bit of a rut. I was struggling at home and I just fancied a change. I just thought, you know what, I think I just need to do something different. So I actually then left ITVET at that point. I think maybe 2021, maybe 2021. And I went to work for a large retailer, and I actually joined as a wellbeing coordinator. You know, it was a change, but I was still working fully remotely for that company the whole time I worked there. And I worked there for 3 years. Having that smaller business experience and then going to a larger business was great because you've seen kind of both sides of the coin. You know what you do for a large business is completely different to what you do for a smaller business, and it's trying to adapt that to fit in the scenario. But I really enjoyed it. I had a lovely time working there. It was a great business to work for, and then it got to the point where I was like, I think I want another change. I think I need some people. And I could see that ITVET would really making some good strides in the wellbeing space, the employee experience, and you know that's something that ITVET didn't really have before. You know, obviously starting, you guys built the business from scratch and you're building it up, and it was one of those things that we never really had. Obviously you always cared about people, but having someone kind of dedicated looking at it. So I could see that you'd built a wellbeing team. You know, you had Melissa and Laura in that wellbeing team, and they were doing amazing stuff. And I was looking and I thought, I think I could add something here. I think I could do something, you know. So I obviously reached out to you and we had a chat.
I think you're right there, is that when we started out, it was all about looking after the customer, getting the services in order.
Of course, that's the thing. You're starting a business, your priority is,
of course
you need to get the money in, you need to give the service. Of course, that's the normal thing. But it's really nice that you've got to a place in the business where it's like, we need to look after our people. Like, you've identified that. You know, we've currently got a wellbeing team that's got 3 people in it, which is really amazing for a business of this size. So it's a testament to the business that they've got people looking after their people, essentially. And we know that when you look after your people, they then look after the customer.
Well, it's that old Richard Branson quote, isn't it? Look after your people, and they'll look after your customers. So you obviously rejoined the team. Obviously, we had a conversation, and you were like, "Yeah, can I come back?" I was like, "Of course you can." Like, it's not even a question.
I didn't beg, by the way.
No, you didn't need to beg. But I think I might have asked you for a coffee or something. But maybe take me out for a beer. But I think that it was great, and then obviously welcoming you back into the team, you brought all that wealth of knowledge.
I did come in, and I was very much. I remember doing a presentation. I think before I started, when I was trying to convince you to hire me again.
Oh yeah,
I did a little presentation, and I was like, "Here's everything we can do," and you're
great.
like, "Wow, that's great." And then obviously trying to come in and do all those things is a different story. But there's loads of things I'm proud of. I'm really proud that we enhanced our parental leave policy. That was something. So we were the standard level before. So we've enhanced our maternity and our paternity pay and leave options, which I think is amazing. I think there's still more we can do in this space, but obviously you have 100%. To. You can. We've done what we can do.
You've got a balance here,
of course. There's a balance to be had. But so I'm really proud of that. I'm also really proud that we've started listening to our teammates more, and this was in place before I joined as well. So I can't take credit for all of this, but we have our teammate forum. We've got an anonymous feedback form. We have a very open door relationship with our wellbeing team, with managers as well. And we've also introduced engagement surveys. So we've done 2 now. And that just helps us understand how people are feeling. We get the real truth, from people, because that's what we need. We need the good, the bad, and the ugly, so we can improve. Yeah, of course. Like, we need to know what's wrong, so we can try and fix it. Of course.
And I think also great places to work. I'm just going to drop it in there.
Places to work.
I think you helped us with that one.
Yeah. So we became Great Place to Work certified last year, I think, which was incredible as well. But again, I can take credit for us getting the certification, but the work that's gone into getting that and the business that's been created is not my credit to take. Absolutely, that's testament to you, to Richard, the rest of our senior leadership team, and the teammates in the business, because it's the individuals that make a business. Absolutely. It's what you bring to the table, how you show up to work, what you do every day. That's what makes a great place to work. I'm proud that I brought the certification to the business and said, hey, we could do this. But us getting it, it's not something I can take.
It was great, and I think your feedback surveys as well. That I think the eNPS was. I learned a new acronym because we love an acronym in IT support or ITVET. But so the eNPS survey, when you did that as well, that pulse survey, I think you call it, was great. To really get that feedback from people, and like you said, anonymous feedback as well. People can be completely honest of how they feel, and I think we scored really well in that one as well.
We did. So our first eNPS, which is our employee net promoter score. So that's the question, would you recommend ITVET as a great place to work to your friends and family? And we scored a plus 54, if I remember rightly, which is above the UK benchmark. It was above the tech benchmark. And it's a great score.
I think the tech benchmark was about 30.
Yeah,
30
I think it was even lower than that. Like, we smashed it. Like, we did really well because an eNPS goes from minus 100 to plus 100. So us getting a plus 54 or whatever it was incredible. And that was such a win for the business, because it's like, this is a great, we've done it. We've made a great workplace. Great. People think that. Yeah. And we did our survey this year and we got a really similar score, and so it's held up as well. And I think it's amazing because it is really hard. And although, if you're in a business of 5 people, then it's easy to make a nice place to work. You can spend a little money, you can do what you want, and it's fine. But as you grow, it becomes harder. You get managers in and you get different teammates in, and it does become really hard. So for us to be able to say, look, we've got this amazing score. People do want to work here. People recommend us as a place to work. That's amazing. There's still work to be done. There's always improvements to be made. Yeah. My big part of my job is looking at the feedback we get from employees. Loads of it is positive and it's lovely, and there's some really good constructive stuff in there too. And it is the small stuff, things like the coffee machine in the office. Such a big thing. Honestly,
coffee gate.
I know. How are you feeling? Because you've had no coffee today. Are you okay?
I'm not feeling great at all. You've not either. No. We really need some coffee, guys. Oh, we need some coffee. I was just going to touch on that as well. You're talking about the company and the growth and the size of the business as well. And I think you're absolutely right. It's very difficult for companies to maintain that level of culture when they grow, because you then end up with subcultures forming. Yeah. Because naturally you've got a manager over here or a head of a department, you know, with managers as well. And you will suddenly create these different things. So to try and keep all that together, it's about listening to people. And I think that's a big part. And
it is listening to people, and it's also training. You learn as you go, and you need that guidance, you need that support. So for us, making sure we have that training for teammates so that they know what we're about, they know how to do their job properly, they feel supported, is such a big thing, because there's nothing worse than trying to do your job and thinking, I think I should know how to do that, and I don't know how to do that. You know, we want to support, we want people to succeed. The career progression stats we have in our business, you know, we always try and promote from within, and we have some amazing journeys which are obviously coming out on this series, which is great. But it's you know, that's, we want to support people, and we want to train up people, and we want to support them. A big part of my job is making other people's working lives better. And that's a really good thing, you know. I exist at ITVET to make other people's jobs better, and that's a really privileged job to have.
How rewarding is that as well?
Yeah.
And you touched on flexibility there, so we've missed out one big part of the story. Come on, how could we not talk about our Zach? So I joined in 2023, and then very shortly afterwards, I discovered I was pregnant with my son. Coincidentally, it was very shortly after I had enhanced our maternity and paternity policy. I will say there was no crossover, for the record, but many people maybe think there is, but still an amazing thing to do. So I had my son in September 2024, and so then I was on maternity leave, and I took 9 months of maternity leave, and I thought, hey, I'm going to have loads of free time, so why don't I do a foundation degree in internal communications? Obviously, I was humbled very quickly at that. But I did it. I did the degree. I passed, and I'm really, one of my biggest achievements is doing that while on maternity leave. Honestly, the fact you did, Becky, is absolutely testament to your dedication, your commitment. It's incredible. And when you said you was doing it, I was like, you're doing a degree. You just had a baby.
Why are you on maternity leave?
Sure? Yes, or I can just do it on the side.
The thing is,
baby
no one can tell you,
and,
can they? No one tells you what it's going to be like. And I was in my head, I thought, I'll have loads of free time. I'll be able to do this. This is going to be amazing. Obviously, it wasn't like that at all. It was really stressful. And I'd put a lot of pressure on myself, but I did it, and you know, nothing worth having is easy, right? So I did it, and I got the foundation degree so I could come back in that role. And so now I'm looking after our internal and external communications, as well as still looking after employee engagement and benefits. And
so the fact you've gone off, got this degree, and now you're bringing all that wealth of knowledge as well and helping us with our comms, because it goes across the business from internal, external. There's so much comms to do and get right. You can never over communicate, right?
No, this is the thing. And it's, as the business grows, it's one of those things that we've realised that we needed someone to look at, because, you know, when you're sending out a message to the whole business, you need to make sure we're saying the right things, make sure we've got all the information in there. You know, there's a lot of parts to it. So us identifying that, hey, I think we need someone looking at this. So I was like, I could do that. Why not?
Why not, just whilst being a mum and doing everything else? Yeah, it's all right. No worries. I can just do that on the side. No, it's brilliant. And I think that said, I think it's an amazing thing. And your journey, I do think we should do something with the stats of a returner, because you get you get your churn, you get your leavers, your joiners, whatever. And companies always measuring that churn rate. But I think we should measure.
Well, we've got
return
3
rate
at the moment in the business. We've got 3 people that have left the business and now come back.
It's incredible.
Which is a big thing, because obviously it happens, but I don't think it happens that much, because we've got 3 people in the business right now that have left and come back, which is an amazing thing.
And have you seen a change in your time between you leaving and coming back? Did you see a change in the business?
100%. It's like night and day, to be honest with you.
Really?
I think, you know, a smaller business, when you're growing, as we said, it's focused on, it's the customer and the service, and that is how it needs to be. But when I returned, the focus on the teammate was massive, and that is, you know, you say it to me almost every day. You know, we need to think about the teammate. That's your priority. I feel it from you now. That is what you're passionate about.
Well, hence why we're here today.
Well, exactly.
Right?
That's the whole point.
That's
but
great.
It's like you feel it now, and it's like a different company, you know. And I think, you know, the pandemic brought a lot of changes, but has brought some positive changes to the business as well. You know, things around flexibility, working from home. You know, I have amazing flexibility at work. I can work from home. I get to go in the office once a week. I get to work around childcare pickup. And that's massive for any parent because it's really hard. You know, if you're commuting every day, you know, nursery and school pickup times are not favourable to the working person.
They're not favourable, period.
No,
Who wants
they're not
battling through the traffic.
No. And it's, you know, school holidays and when your child is ill and things like it's so hard. It's you know, I've been back to work now for 6 months. I'm still adjusting. It's a massive thing. But having the flexibility that I get at ITVET is give and take, right? It's an adult to adult relationship here. You give, you get. That's how it works. We respect each other. We respect each other's time. And, you know, from my perspective, you know, I'm going to get the work done. And that's it.
It highlighted, I think, a lot of gaps in areas of performance measurement and output because maybe you wasn't measuring output too hot before.
You were just looking at hours. How long were you in the building for?
Or you could see the person sitting there beavering away. So that was, they're busy, they're working, therefore I don't need to. But then it was like, okay, but now they're at home. I can't see them. Are they producing what? Are they producing output? And I think that trust then comes in and that two-way thing, it's always been give and take for that. You know, I never say to you don't have to ask me for a day off or an afternoon, or I know you're getting stuff done. I see you're getting stuff done. And the teammates do as well, like you said as well, and that rewarding, you know, you're getting from, you know, increasing people's or improving, people's lives at ITVET. You know, you're going off, you're coming back, you know, returning, the company transforming as well, and having that flexibility. You know, I mean, it is brilliant, and it's a really lovely story as well. So, look, thank you for coming and having this chat with me
thanks
today.
For having me.
It's been really, really good, and we could well, there's a lot.
We could just chat all day, couldn't we?
Do,
I mean, sometimes we do chat for a lot most of the day.
Yeah, you're going to blame me, aren't
sorry.
you? You're going to blame me for that one. Yeah, if you've got a quick 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and you're
it's
like,
never 5 minutes.
What is it? An hour later. It's like, but there's some good stuff we talk about. Right?
Oh yeah, it's always good.
Always. But yeah, no,
most
really.
of the time.
All right, we're going to wrap it up now.
We're going to stop. We're going to fall out.
But no, thank you so much, Becky, for coming to speak to me today. It's been really, really great.
Yeah, and you.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Darryl.
Thank you.